Hello, everyone, and welcome back to EXP. We have another session and episode for you guys. Actually, since our last one, the official Daggerheart rules have come out, which was super exciting. We did nothing but read it. Over here, we have, what was it, the, what version is that? The, yes, the cards. We have the, special edition. I got the regular edition because at the time I had no money. We had little binders with all of our cards, our little gemstones.
Math rocks.
Math rocks.
Because people can add.
Math rocks. I'm terrible at it, but somehow I faked being an engineer long enough to get a job.
That's what I was going to say.
But yes, so also Daggerheart came out with these things called campaign settings.
Campaign frames.
Frames, thank you. Campaign frames that have campaign mechanics that are specific to their campaign. So there's like Age of Umbra, which is, I'm sure, out by now. It's actually, I think, releasing tonight, if that puts it in time frame of when we're
Spoilers!
These, yes. But yeah, so there's like Age of Umbra, there's Beast Feast, there's a bunch of different ones that they have in there. And within those are campaign mechanics that are specific to those campaign. So I went ahead and made some campaign mechanics for us.
Ooh. I'm so scared.
So this first one's a big chunk of words, but I'll try to summarize it pretty well. So if a player, this one's called Ethereal Resonance. So if a player fails an integral roll or critically succeeds at one, the GM or players can prompt a counter on their ethereal resonance if they believe it applies. So, at the end of the session, we'll have X amount of counters on our ethereal resonance counter. And then at the session, there's also an optional halfway rule if you take breaks during your game or things like that. There's an optional halfway rule that you can do that I'll get to in a sec. But the main one is at the end of the session, have the party pick a card from a standard card deck, or I have a roll option as well that I've done with the other guys because they're online, can't really pick a card.
Yeah.
For you guys, it'll be pick a card from a deck of cards, or I don't know if we have any. I kind of forgot some today.
I've got them somewhere.
We'll find them. But you pick a card from a deck of cards, a number of times equal to the counts on your ethereal resonance counter. Each card then corresponds to a value. So I have a chart here, and depending on its suit, it is either hope or fear. Depending on the number and or face card, is either plus or minuses in a total number. So let's say you were to pull the 6 of spades. So I have on here, spade is fear, heart is hope, club is fear, diamond is hope. So like reds are hope, black is fear. So if you were to do a 6 of spades, and then you were to pull an 8 of hearts, you would then add, your hope would be a plus, and your fear would be a minus, and you would find the difference between the two. Whichever one is higher is what the other group starts with their next session. So they have rolled for this session already.
Nice, guys are nice.
Interesting.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So,
all right. Okay.
and it is completely random because you'll roll the same number of ticks you have on your ethereal resonance counter. So at the end of the set, so the optional rule as well is if you take a break in the middle of your game, you can do the same rolls with the current counters, but you have the totals. Sorry, real quick. You can do the same roll or card pull using the current number of counters, but you have the totals rounding down. So like I said, if you have hope with a card that is, a 4 hope and 11 fear leads by 7. So if we have and round down, I would get 3 extra fear for the second half of this game. If you want to do that. We don't have to do that, and the other group didn't do that, but it is an optional rule if you guys would like to. And, see what you can get from the ether.
This is a lot of gambling going on.
Yes.
I love it. Oh, crap!
We can't lose if we don't stop gambling. You only lose once you stop.
Once you give up.
So
No.
I did the thing.
Here, I do have 2 more,
but
I think this is a good time to segue to our other little fun home item.
Turn it around.
If you'll take it away, Griffin, real quick.
It's lovely. It's intentionally bad. It's the clapping jar for when I do what I just did and hate myself later in post. So, whenever someone claps, and I see what you're doing, we have to put a die in here, and eventually this will go to somebody. So.
Yeah, are we thinking? You can cut this out if we don't want to say it, but we're thinking of giving it away to people.
Somebody in the audience, yeah.
So, yeah.
At one point, there
It'll
will be a giveaway.
100% go at some
point
You
when
will
we
get our
decide,
dice.
we will we will raffle off, we will rally people.
Or do a puzzle roar.
Or we could do a puzzle.
Ooh.
Somehow,
So, well,
someone, a viewer, is going to get the collection of
Do it like a
dice from
tournament
this.
style.
What's the
I
first
like,
one
that'd be
in
sick.
there? Which one is it gonna be?
Oh.
That is probably going
That's
to be
also gonna be crazy.
equally awful on audio.
Probably should put it like foam
And
or...
another
Yeah,
die
we
will go
really
in.
need to. Yeah.
So,
Oops.
keep a lookout for that. At
I
some point,
fixed
you
it.
might win our dice.
Afterwards.
Do we
This is
need
crazy
these?
idea.
Oh, actually,
Oh my gosh.
This is how it is, and of course I'm the first one.
Yay.
As is tradition. As is tradition.
That's great. So, yeah, so at the end, we'll do ethereal resonance as well with the number of counters. I'll
Sounds
keep
great.
track of it. Like I said, if you critically fail getting like a 2 and a 1, or you critically succeed, it will add a
the
counter
sticker.
to that. And we'll do it at the end. So that's that one. Oh, the one thing I forgot to mention of this is the ace cards. If you pull that, if you get like an ace of spades, so spades is usually fear, you double your hope.
Okay.
If you get an ace of hearts, or the hope one, it doubles the
Double your
fear.
yeah.
Oh god. What if we have 0? We get at least 1. Maybe a minimum of 1.
No,
Like zero in totals?
Like if you have 0 hope. Or 0
What do you mean?
fear. Like it.
I used up all
Like a-
hope. We have no hope. I
Yeah.
pull.
So if we have no hope and then we double our hope. 2
no,
times 0
in the
is 0.
total calculation.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. What if
So
it, goes
it turns into
6?
like a bit of a math thing.
'Cause it's
so like you can't. I think I have here. You cannot go over the amount of hope allotted on your sheet, and the GM cannot go over the total amount of fear allotted on their max.
Okay.
So we can max it out, but
There's a good
that's the
chance
other
we
thing.
max out our hope then.
The totals that apply from the other session are the totals that you guys get to disperse among the 4 of you.
Yeah, so it's not.
It's
to
not
each of
everyone
us,
gets
it's
2 or everyone gets
Oh.
3.
24 total.
So like if you were to get
Oh,
12, you
got
could
it.
divvy it up, had that much. Yeah.
Got it.
I
Understood.
can post the
Do we
official, but
learn
Yeah, I
what
need to
they
read it.
rolls.
so yes,
What did
you
they get?
guys from the last session get 2 hope
Wow.
to give between the 4 of you.
2 between
Oh.
all of us?
I'll
Yes.
between all of us. I don't.
All right, so that's ethereal resonance. That's the bigger one.
Yay, that's cool.
The
I
second.
like that, Anna.
Thank you. That may be in a supplement coming soon. I don't know. But then
Yeah.
we have we have another one I'm calling capacitance. So the trigger is when a player marks their last hit point. So similar to where you've been before. Potential, what I have written here is magical potential, crackers. I can't
Crackers.
fucking
Someone's
talk today.
hungry.
I can't talk. Magical potential crackles in the air of Mizani from some unknown source. If a player marks their last hit point, start a death countdown. Roll 2d4. You have that many attempts to roll 1 critical success. If you do, you stay awake at 1 HP and gain the trait Ether Seeped Blood. If you don't, you pass through the Veil of Death. So you have
Oh.
that many. So if you roll 2d4 and get 4 total from those, you can do like 3 other things and have 1 try at the critical success roll and see if you can get back up with that one. Or you can try 4 times to get a critical success roll and get back up.
Wait, so is this changing what? Like, so we get 3 actions upon death. So
Yes,
is this if
this
we
is
choose the
adding a
action?
4th.
Oh, so this is a 4th that we can
Yes,
choose.
that is specific
to
to this campaign.
do the ethereal capacitance.
This one's capacitance,
Right.
yeah.
So the capacitance, and then we can roll 2d4, and that's how many
You roll
countdowns we have.
2d4, and that's how many attempts or how many like moves you have until you pass to the Veil of Death.
Got it.
So you could have.
So it's
like
almost
5
like this
moves
magic is like
until you die.
yes.
And then what is the ethereal set blood?
So ethereal seeped blood
Seeped blood.
is you gain the ability to roll with advantage once per session. You just decide when you want to use that. When this is used, the GM is able to assign one of your future rolls in that same session as a roll with disadvantage.
Oh.
Almost like
okay.
it's coming back to you.
Oh.
The ethereal,
I'm gonna
you know.
borrow some luck from later.
If you take this multiple times, if you like die and you take it again, and then you die and take it again, the advantage d6 becomes 1d6 plus 1. So does the consequential damage. Or disadvantage, sorry, not damage.
Oh.
So it will add a plus 1 every time you take it.
That's pretty cool.
Yang bullshit.
So that's capacitance. The last one.
That seems so good.
The last one, you don't know the name of.
Ow.
Oh.
And the only thing you know is once per session, while in proximity of certain areas saturated with aether, roll on a table that I have here
Wild magic.
for a boon. This attempt can only happen once per session.
Okay.
You don't know why you can do it or where.
Oh, great.
Wait.
Or you, I guess,
Once per
do know
session
where.
each?
So
or...
this is not
Each.
a death condition. This is just when we're near a
This is
place
passive
of this is
for
yeah
you
when we're
guys
near ether we
continuously.
can roll once per session to get
Yes.
some
That's
sort of-
cool.
If
All right.
there's this, again, magical feel, like I'll tell you guys when I'll describe this, feeling in the air. You guys can take that, and something else will happen. Last we left off, our interesting group of adventurers wrapped in a winding, exciting fight. Starting in this side laboratory room, a small mouse kamehameha'd the wall to walk through and reveal a large dragon egg sitting on the table, surrounded by people with aprons, equipment, boxes, and more, when suddenly a large explosion blasted through the far wall. Through the hole emerged another party. A tall, dashing human man in plate armor, a beautiful Qatari ranger, a rotund, magical fungal, and a tall, muscular minotaur facing off in the doorway. Sorry. I can't talk today. Facing off in the doorway and blasted in wall, they fought. There was a fog, cast, grappling hook shot, magical hands, fire breath, and another explosion that sent the man in plate armor, Qatari, fungal, and Mort, our own fungal, out the hole in the wall and onto the street below. The rest of the party split as the Minotaur hunkered down and chased after our two individuals here. Søren.
Except for being shoved into the wall. The eye twitch is
Multiple
perpetual.
times.
Søren ran into the fighting pit area and hid the egg among the seats before exiting and rushing down the alley to meet up with the goat that seemed to be Mort. They took on the Qatari and the man in the plate mail as the guards from the Echelon chased after. Kai and Alba got stuck on the second floor hallway of the Echelon building with the large Minotaur. After many back and forth goat kicks, attempts at the sleep spell, and an axe hitting Alba stuck in the wall, went down. Per Daggerheart rules, there were 3 options, now 4 in our game. To go out in a blaze of glory, avoid death entirely, or risk it all. And Alba decided to risk it all.
Give me an aneurysm.
With the warm love of her grandmother's behind her, she felt an old and somewhat familiar part of her spark for just a quick second, radiating the tiniest bit of heat, bringing back memories of something that might have once been and is not anymore, before waking, stuck in the wall, with her 2 beetles pushing through the wall as hard as they could. With these heroes presumably defeated and being dealt with, the group was brought into a side room where they met Lornan, a ribbit individual who's essentially the Echelon's HR. She said she laid out the contract with for working with the Echelon, including sign-on bonuses, their pay of 2 handfuls a week, a possible deal for if they ever want to leave the Echelon that doesn't involve them hunting you down, and their first mission to head to Eris. They'd received recent intel about that location and a skirmish that left many resources for the taking. If they find anything, they're to take it to the Svegan Cliffs, north of Ares, and meet with Baraz, the orc head of the outpost. We left off as our adventurers left the Echelon and were headed back to the inn for the night. Where were you guys off to?
I guess we're going to the inn for now.
I know I'd like a drink.
What was that place called? The
Tommy?
Tommy
Yes.
Horton.
We want to go to Tommy's.
I hate this.
We might be running into some Some people we know.
Ah, yeah.
Why?
The fun girl.
Which one?
Remember Tuss the Frogman? He said he had a whole thing with also a fungus guy.
Oh.
It's very possible that other party was
Was part
a
of
crew
Tuss.
that we were interrupting.
Yep. That's fair. Well, so be it then.
We had agreed to come back the following morning for other items, if I remember.
Yes,
correctly.
you
Okay.
have.
Just double checking.
Yeah, that you guys, your sign-on bonuses
Awesome.
that you requested and can be collected the next morning. Besides a drink, over here, there was, I believe, possibly books in the restricted section, potion items, and an exploding fur.
Made from the Minotaur.
Yeah.
I'd take that personally. Well, I personally think we should also head over to go get our armor repaired. Because I really want those armor slots.
I agree.
I want those armor slots.
Over a long rest. So you guys could take technically a short rest as well. And you can roll for, you can have a downtime activity if
Are
you'd
we
like.
gonna talk about what in the fuck just happened?
What part?
Perhaps the rules as well. You mentioned some rules we needed to come up with. What are we?
We must reach a quorum.
Get a drink first.
Fine.
Yeah. Let's go take a nice little short rest at the Tommy's.
At Tommy's or the Quigley's?
Let's go to Quigley's. They got better
There's
soup.
a Quigley's?
Yeah.
You're
Where the
in.
hell did we go
The Tom
there?
and Quigley.
The Tom and Quigley's.
Oh,
That's where we slept last night.
And
I swear, this place
So
has
yes, only
changed
one night,
names
let's-
at least 4 times.
I think your memory is fading.
I don't think it is.
Gone. Your memory's definitely fading.
I don't trust something that's looking at both him and me at the same time. I meant with 2 eyes.
He does that a little bit. That right eye is a little odd.
He doesn't have his corrective lenses on, okay? Give him a break.
I thought about getting goggles for him to maybe correct them. He seems to be quite happy without any adjustment.
So that's Scald or
This
Yarn?
is Scald.
That's Scald?
Yarn has the metal jaw.
Scald is that one TikTok that's like, use both your eyes, and he goes.
That's so true. It's so true, though.
Well, I know I'd like a large glass of mead, and we should sit down and chat a bit.
I just want to rest.
We did die yesterday.
Technically today.
You
Well,
know,
some of us.
Technically, I died twice
You
in one
look
day.
quite awful. Well, what exactly did that to you? The Minotaur had something.
Minotaur shoved her into a fucking wall.
They just kept hitting me. He just kept hitting me.
She held on.
Apparently. I'm just looking at. I'm assuming like gore wounds and I don't know, axe cleaves.
I'm at, you know, when like a cartoon character just gets punched and like their eyes are all swollen shut. That's me.
The black fingertips just turn into black eyes. And...
Like one tooth just kind of.
Oh gosh.
Also, is this whole sack carrying thing gonna be how I have to get you around?
Considering my eyes are swollen shut, up.
I just like put you under my arm like a sack of potatoes.
All right, well let's go.
I guess.
On to the Quigleys.
All right. You guys head back to your inn, a little, place just kind of towards the outskirts of the central area of the city. Little wooden location that we've been to many times before, as we've had this day a couple times now. And yeah, you walk in, there's the usual barkeep of, I think it was the Red and Ferris with the horns. There is kind of just passing off a plate of food to another patron who's sitting there like slumped over, is just eating. It seems to be like, dinner time now. Yeah, she sees you guys walk in. Hi, what can I do for you?
This is a weird question. Are there any cats in here?
Like, The
Just
Qatari? Or
No, no, like a
Like a house cat.
yeah, I'll say there's
Okay.
like there's a we'll say there's a male cat sort of sitting on like the bars how they're long and have one end usually also there's a wall, another's open. That wall that's the shorter one, there's a little like cat bowl with a little thing of milk or whatever, and a little male cat is off to the side like flickering its wings and
yeah.
pulling it back and drinking some milk.
I'm gonna go pet the cats in a bit, but mental note because it just made me think.
Fair.
I'd like some soup if you still have any. Just calm the nerves.
Yeah,
Soup
sure
is
thing.
supposed to calm the nerves.
Just warms the spirit. I
So
wouldn't
this
expect
soup
anybody
will,
who doesn't like food to understand, so.
Get him an ale or two as well.
I can do that as well. This soup definitely calms something. So
What does that mean?
she goes and serves it.
What does that
That's
mean?
not that question.
She sees my swollen face underneath and goes,
Oh.
"Can I also have some raw steak for this?"
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Just-
She leans back and goes, "Just raw steak," and she just keeps pouring this
And
stuff.
a mead.
Yeah, no
Make that
no
too.
I
problem.
sit you on a stool.
Brings over some soup.
I'm
Brings
gonna
over.
inspect this curious soup. Is this thing like
calming-
days old? Like,
No, it's your normal soup.
all right,
It's, you know,
wonderful.
warm and soothes your stomach. Brings over a couple different glasses or I guess mugs of mead. Yeah, no problem. Set you guys up. You said raw steak as well, so we'll see this furbolg, like round furbolg individual, like walks out from the back sort of area and it's like, there you go. Places down a raw steak and she's like, it's
Thanks.
for that one right there. And he goes, oh. And he just kind of
Don't
places
ask.
it in front of you. And he
God.
just goes back and
Now, whenever you talk, I'm just imagining.
It eats a little bit, like maybe
It's-
beef
it's-
tartare.
It is beef tartare.
you see you sticking your tongue out, just like licking it.
They salted it.
you guys see the cat over in the corner of the thing go,
I gotta go like pet the cat, but also pay attention to what's going on. Yes,
as you
great.
pet
Oh,
it.
look, there it is.
Whoa, it's happening in real
Wow,
life too.
the immersion in this show is crazy.
Oh, hello.
So, have any of you ever been to these cliffs before?
Nope.
I don't believe I have.
I think I know a couple people who are there now, though.
I was gonna say, which cliffs are we going to?
So you guys are going to.
I wrote this
What
down.
about the Squamish? I know that's not right.
You guys.
The Winger Cliff.
The Swigen Cliffs.
Swigen.
I was like,
SWIGEN.
Let me
Cliffs.
put like a little.
They are. That's your final location. They're further west and a little bit north than Eris. So your first spot to go is Eris, which is in Theodar Forest, and it's like on the hitting the middle, if not western side of the southern continent, half the continent, and then you would still just go a little bit north, a little bit west to get to those cliffs, and that's where the outpost is.
I can get us a room for a night or two over there.
Also,
Works.
the male cat is getting annoyed.
For me.
Oh,
The male cat is coming for
The
steak.
male cat is leaving to go get a bite of that steak.
and it's gone.
All right. Well, are we leaving tomorrow still? Are you all good with that? Does anybody have any unfinished business here?
I think we have unfinished business.
Yes, there are a few things we must discuss before we go off on this adventure together. The first of which is, how do we want to make decisions using this interesting rock?
It's called a dice.
Decision maker.
Yes, this decision maker, there seem to be 12 sides.
It's almost like it's your mini DM.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Well,
Yes, I propose that we each take a range. I could take 1 to 3, you could take 4 to 6, and so forth. And whichever one of us gets the role gets to make the decision, or has the final say.
I don't hate it.
Or we could have 4 faces be our decision, and then the other 8 be something wild.
That's true.
More fun that way.
It certainly could be.
Although yours is probably more organized, but they did give us 12 faces.
This is true.
Makes me think we should use it or carve a new stone.
I'm willing to give up one of my cases just to have one that says all out brawl.
And what does that mean?
Yes, if we're looking
that
at a
mean
split in the
we
road
just
and we roll all out brawl,
Exactly.
which direction do we go?
All out brawl!
We just start killing
We
each
fight,
other. I
we
guess.
fight
That's
each
rule.
other.
That's
Oh, no,
rule
no, no,
one.
no, no.
Can't break that rule.
Not each other. Others. So
Well,
if we happen to be in an orphanage, all out brawl.
Yours. Alright. Good segue to one of my rules. We don't take from the little guy.
Yes, I believe hurting or otherwise taking from children should be a.
Not literally children, but them can be included.
She's the little
we
guy. Do
only
we
get-
consider her?
I just deep sigh.
Remove steak.
I mean,
A little movement in the swollen eyes.
Pink, pink, pink.
there are so many people in this God's forsaken place that don't ever get a leg up, get stepped on their whole damn lives. We don't need to step on them more.
I agree.
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah,
I would segue into my rule, which is no fur, fern, or feather should be needlessly harmed. In other words, I'm not really against. I would like to avoid hurting animals and avoid entroping on the nature if possible.
You're one of
Scarios.
those types.
You're trying to avoid children. I think that they're both amicable. frankly, I'm of the opinion that killing humanoids is fine. I honestly don't give a fuck. I'd be more willing to probably, I don't know, value lives a little differently, but I think we could agree there.
So no wanton acts of cruelty, and avoid stepping on those.
If
I think
step
to
in dog
animals
shit-
and children or people with a leg down, I don't think I really care if you're cruel to people who are.
What about a finger?
well, you're a few.
You got a
fingers
finger down.
If you need something, you can take it. I'm not from me, of course, but I'm not entirely opposed.
I'm fine with it.
I'm okay with that.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Is that it?
Gavel, gavel.
I had one other rule that I wanted to field out there.
Well, now we have
great.
rule 3, so we do need one more.
Well, I guess we could combine those 2 rules together. And then our 4th rule that we would add is no stealing each other's snacks. I don't want to wake up with one of my rations broken in 2, and I have to wonder who the hell took it. I'll know if it's Scarn, because he has a very specific bite mark. But if it's one of you, I'm going to raise all high hell.
To be honest, I don't know if I want to agree to that rule now, just because I think it's funny if someone takes his breakfast.
Well, I won't be eating any of your food, so.
He'll just be absorbing
Do
your honey.
you even eat?
He
You don't
absorbs.
got like,
Mouth, yes.
yeah.
I think he just
Photosynthesis.
puts his arm into the soup and absorbs it. Is that-
Exactly.
yes.
Precisely.
Just soaks it
I'm on a
up.
liquid diet.
Have you heard of a sponge before?
No. Enlighten me.
I
on
go
what
over
a
and I just
sponge is.
Well,
Poke 'em.
they're a little these sea
My squishy
creatures.
bits.
These people don't understand sarcasm.
What?
What?
Anyway,
So what are we doing about the dye? If those are, does anybody have any other
I just
tenants.
side note love the concept of Søren being like a snacker to the point of like these are my snacks.
Yes. Nobody touched my
I'm
snacks.
something of a foodie.
Nobody touched my snacks. Or my meals. Or my desserts.
I think it's funny that we have a whole rule for not hurting people and then one just about snacks. It's very
If you
poetic.
if I order some
You know the
frites,
priorities of this.
if I order some frites, you cannot take one of my frites.
What
Or
if you
a
ordered
freak.
it for the table?
That is different.
Okay.
What in the hell's a freet?
It is.
It's
It's a
it's
fried
goblin for
tato.
a fried potato.
You know, like
Or maybe it's
I-
koboldian.
The barkeep goes, "It's these," and she throws
Oh.
them down. She's like, "Y'all look like shit, so those are for you."
See, those are fine to steal because they're for the table. But if I had ordered them and they were for me, do you see the difference?
Ugh.
I think you would enjoy some tomato perfect.
It is now canon that Kai is very picky.
We have a
The
picky
opposite
eater, a
of
no
me.
sharer.
I must say, there's something kind of
Ugh, I throw it on the floor.
cannibalistic about eating these things. They're kind
My
of like
fucking flows.
my cousins, in a way.
I kick it
just
on the
start
table.
Runs over and picks it up.
God, I hate the fact that it's the opposite of me.
Seeing Skarn do that, just like
I don't know who got it, but one of them got
It's
it.
like in half. They do like a
It was-
opposite of the Lady and the Tramp and like
Yeah.
break it apart immediately.
Opposite of Lady and the Tramp. I love that.
I think they should roll for it. They could absolutely miss.
I could
Both go for
Reaction
it.
roll.
Neither
Reaction
reaches
roll.
it.
No hope or fear reaction roll.
That's a crit.
Perfect
So it was the perfect rip in half,
Yeah,
I think.
perfect rip in half. You guys saw it in slow motion. It's like it was the long enough fry for both of them to get halfway. And
That's amazing.
The
And I'm
perfect
just like-
crinkle cut.
and you just see me with my cold dead thumbs like nice.
Me in the corner looking a little distressed at my root friend being eaten.
The bartender's like, "That was cool as shit." Yeah, hey, this one's on the house, and she brings over a nice little bottle and sets it in front of you guys.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
What
thing.
is this?
This here is called Mountainside. So I feel like you would definitely know what it is. You too. Because it comes from the Edersnow mountain range.
Is it the kind of shot that you light on fire?
It is not.
Oh.
So
Is
Like-
there
Has an open flame from the shot.
just because I'm paranoid? Was there any like odd like?
She's over eager to give it to us.
Yeah. Was there any weirdness to her body language when she sat that down, or is it
go ahead
genuine?
and give me.
Don't lie to me.
I am.
Listen here, we've been lied to
I
a
do
lot.
Instinct roll.
Where is it?
We've been lied to a lot. Okay, we
I
know.
love that. I do
don't wanna
have.
die.
Wait, I have it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I can't. Well, I have advantage on rolls to detect lies.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll this with advantage.
I thought you were about to,
gotta
I thought you were about to use the clapping jar.
No.
Roll it
I
out.
didn't think through the fact that I don't have
Ooh,
room here anymore.
That would be
Do you
a
wanna
fun
put it-
finale.
Yeah. Fun mechanic.
Okay, the BBEG's rolling.
Uh-oh.
Dumps the clam
close.
jar.
Oh, it's a nice moment, but
That was
Nice.
a crazy ability.
so that is a
17.
That's like the critical roll's laughing hand is the clapping hand, and it's just.
what is the check? Instinct.
Instinct.
Okay, so that is a 17 with fear.
A 17 with thank you.
You could do one of the wild magic rolls. Just everyone in very close range takes the clapping jar worth of damage.
Oh gosh.
There's a little nuke going off. That's the fireball.
We zoom out to the whole continent as we see in one small spot. The lands start falling. No.
Concentrated Aurora Borealis.
Specifically
It was 17 or 18?
Yes.
17.
17?
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be any malice or lying in it. She just, like, literally sees a patron walk in. You can tell this is, again, like, it's a largely corporate sort of area of people who are usually the person down on one leg sort of thing. So
Also,
this is the type of barkeep who like cares for her patrons. She'll come in and see people, and she's like, all right.
but also we did give her a pretty good tip
Guy's not
this
used to
morning. You know.
Yeah.
No.
Do we want to have any personal rules that we add to our list?
No touching my
The-
snacks.
The drink, the drink she puts in front of you seems to have a frosty bottle. You two from the mountains would recognize this. And I'll say even you would have seen it once or twice, being from Osrin. It's more commonly in the mountains, but there are some people who like usher it down into the various taverns and things. And there's only usually a few in like the Brainar half of the continent, because it's pretty northern continent. But it is a cold frosty bottle, and like you guys see where she picked it up from, it's like out in the open and not iced or anything, but the bottle itself is like frosty and cold. And among the clear liquor, giving it's perpetually cold. On the inside, you see a long, thin chunk of like a dolomite stalactite that is stuck in the bottle there to give this feeling of the fact that you're sipping the cool Ettersnow mountainside. It is
hate that.
Worst.
It is commonly suggested and recommended to add some tree sap or honey, allowing for the earthy sweet taste mixed with the bitterness of the dolomite infusion. So
I do like the idea of my character just having a stupid high alcohol tolerance, because that's how she kept warm.
that's how you got, yeah.
And then like you have
You're
a
used
stupid
to
high
this
one because
bottle.
you physically don't break it down. You just absorb.
Yeah.
This is called mountainside.
Yeah, I'll pour myself a glass.
And she'll go ahead and place a little thing of honey next to it as well.
That would be good, yes.
You just see me take it and just
It's
like
very
ignite it a
refreshing.
little bit, just like this is how I like.
Yeah,
I
it
just
has a
look
bit
at
of
the
a like
honey with disgust.
minerally, kind of almost not chalky, but like minerally and like fresh, crisp sort
What kind
of.
of creature are you?
I'm gonna wipe away some of the frost and be like, you can tell it's the real thing by the little aurora borealis. It's the right temperature when you can see that.
I like that.
Your presence. Interesting.
Yes.
I'm kind of like side-eyeing to see if she actually drinks it. Like, yeah, I pour myself a glass and I'm just like,
Then I pour myself a glass, and you know, as he said, it's cold. So my preferred technique is just igniting it and then just sipping it.
I was like, did you just...
I like it hot. It's hard to
Sake.
keep. It's hard to
Yeah,
keep it
yeah.
hot.
I don't think that... Sure.
Well, you see, when hot and cold combined, lukewarm.
Mm.
And it's still warmer than her right now.
How in the fuck did I
You were trying to get to a point. Do we have any personal
Oh, yes.
rules?
Yeah.
Yes, I have some
Sorry.
personal rules
I
that
have
I'd like us
one
to
thing
abide
I
by.
would add, but you go first since you brought it up.
Yes, two things. So primarily, my talents of healing are not always free. Now, as a party, you all get at least one free healing per day, perhaps.
This is what you're going with.
But
Piece of shit.
listen. Collecting these reagents is no easy feat. I must recoup on my.
Thought
my
you were
costs.
joking about this, Ben.
No.
You better be careful. You look out the window and see a little green hat with an L on it, and he's like,
Yes. The second is more a religious matter. You see, my goddess, Faywim, she wants to make sure that all spirits pass along smoothly to the next plane of existence. We don't want any bodies being raised up, and I have a nice ritual to help lay those bodies to rest. So I simply request that all bodies be brought or shown to me in some way that I can help them.
Can I
Rest.
go ahead and insight check
I
him
was
real
about to
quick
do the
as
same
to-
thing.
Does he actually
I'll say-
want?
if you want a group roll, or one of you two, I guess it wouldn't be a group roll because it's
Yeah, because
more
I
than-
wouldn't
say-
share it
So-
if I learned anything.
Yeah. Okay. So
Does
I'll
he-
say if one of you wants to lead it, the other can add a d6 of advantage.
Like the
To
idea
it.
of
Give
you
it
just
that.
using them to like
What am I rolling?
decompose
D6?
them.
I want to know before I roll. I want to know if he is interested in this, not because he wants to lay them to rest, but he gains some external benefit by us giving him bodies. Like, is there
Okay.
some
ulterior motive behind this. It's 17 plus 23 with hope.
23 with us, so you gain a hope.
That's one of the highest.
Yeah,
Because I rolled a 6.
that's pretty up there.
That's crazy. Yeah, they
I'll
definitely
say if you have an ulterior, you could say yes or no. You don't have to explain.
I don't
no.
think I could glean what it is, but like, is there clearly something more?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a fungus. Decomposing body. Manger. French for eat.
Frankly, I think I'd have to see exactly what your ritual it is before I agree to its permanent use. But at least for the first time, perhaps.
Fair enough. Well, I will be forthright. It will be quite a boon to us. My ritual will also kind of glean some of the last memories of the beings that I lay to rest. It's a way to help remember them, but also to gain some extra information for our quest.
Do I get to loot him?
Somehow I believe that there's maybe something else going on there, but sure.
If I can loot the body that I find, you may have them.
Absolutely.
Why do I care?
I'm
It's
curious. I'd like to see more of it.
I'm
but
with
at
you.
least one test run, I think, is valid for sure. And then perhaps permanent use.
Yes.
Hey.
You do you. What about you? Let me guess. Be warm.
I was gonna say, if there's a pelt, I'll take it. Listen here, pelt, make very nice insulation.
Steak starts sizzling.
I'm just imagining you by the end of the campaign are going to be strapped to his back as just like a wicker statue with a bunch of pelts like wrapped around and just a little face poking
I
out.
walk in like I'm a Swedish folklore character.
Like the dude from Midsummer and the fucking bear.
Yes.
Just is the face and the bear.
No, I like the idea of just the bear head, just like,
it's just
what do you
Alba.
Oh my God.
You just become a teddy bear.
yes. I'm just Freddy Fazbear at that point.
Oh
Just-
my god.
That's right.
I hate it.
The bite of whatever.
You
And
just
it's
see
just
me in the-
Alba
just-
crawling into it.
just sees me put me in the corner in some random place. They're just like, did that bear just walk? No. Keep the lights on.
That's freaky as fuck.
I hate it. That's literally just awful.
I am tiny.
I am tiny and I have quick little feet because I'm rich-born.
So you just want clothes.
I just want to be toasty. Do you see these fingers? I don't have much left. Do
True.
you see this nose? There's not much left.
Speaking of which, are we sure that we're not gonna just into today again?
Oh, we can't sleep.
I'm actually quite looking forward to that. Personally.
I feel like it's out of our control, so what can we do?
But why is it out of our control? Why is this shit happening?
We don't know
Oh.
what's causing it.
Yes, I haven't shared this information yet, but that egg, as we were leaving, I spoke to it. It has,
Like,
What do you
He
mean you
speaks to his-
spoke to it?
it has a will. The same way I speak to Skarn. Yes, that's a good one. You do know your name very good.
Both the little beetles just pop out going,
Yes. Yeah, I speak to them too.
And
Yeah,
what
he
did it
speaks to
say?
I kind of like it.
Well, I only had but a brief moment to connect, and I simply asked if it was alive, in which case it responded, "Thank you."
Oh, it's polite.
Yes, my interpretation is that it isn't seen as a living creature, at least not yet.
If we steal the egg, we've made a big enemy.
We sure have.
Are we trying to train a dragon? Like the puppet show? What's the point of...
I don't know how to train a dragon.
Nor do I. We can certainly find out. Well, I've read some
If only
things
they
about
were
it.
a great series
Never
that outlines.
There's a stack
Never
of
heard of
children's
How
short
to-
novels
Guy
I found
does-
about
Guy
this very
does-
subject.
I think I've read
Maybe on an
those.
island.
Yes.
A lot of new buildings. It is a very old isle.
Kai has never been to the theater. Nope. Never seen a show.
They have.
I don't think we could steal that. We had to go. We had an opportunity, and frankly, we dropped the ball.
But if we go to sleep and we wake up again,
If we get another opportunity, absolutely, we can try
so
to
then
steal
just
the.
don't drop the egg like I did yesterday. But it wasn't my fault.
Or we can take it without anyone knowing it was us.
Yeah, somehow, I find that we would be at the top of the suspect list. And frankly, if you're going to do that, I don't really want to be a part of it. I don't think it gives me anything. I would love to. I mean, it looked like a healthy dragon egg. Very odd when I looked at it. It had a
Shimmer.
It had a foiling that I've never quite seen before on a specimen, or read about, rather.
Like in those special card pack things that they sell at like the shop
I'm
down the
surprised you
road.
even know about that.
I deal with cards quite a bit.
Yes, something like that, or a foiled novel, or something, an alternate cover. It was a rare version. Which maybe makes it more valuable, but maybe it makes it magical, more interesting.
Well, with this being a potential deal breaker for you, I think we should definitely discuss it. My deity tasked me with locating that egg and potentially retrieving it. I don't think it needs to be today, but one day.
I think in the future we could, but we need to cool off a little bit. I think if we had stolen it yesterday, that would be fine. But doing it tomorrow,
I want to cool off.
Today?
yes, yesterday, today. What really is the past, Kai?
The past.
See how I got him there?
It's no.
Nobody gets me. Nothing goes over my head. I would simply catch it.
How'd you know?
Anyways, I did want to add one more rule, or I
personal
guess
rule?
personal want, attribution. There's a very, I don't know about really rare, but a rock, a mineral I covet for my own personal work. If we find it, I would like exclusive grant over it. And I would pay you for it, of course. You can take money from me. I really just am interested in that specific rock mineral.
And what is it?
I don't think we need to discuss that right now.
But how do I know if
See,
I
how
found
did it fucking feel?
Don't need to be cruel to your fellow compatriots.
He didn't want to tell me information, so I'm going to withhold it from him.
That's fair. That's fair.
What did I withhold?
I don't remember.
Exactly.
Well, you see, as a
But it
fellow...
was, I asked you what line of work you were in, yes. And you were like, to be discussed at a later point in time.
I don't sound like that.
Precisely what you sound like.
Okay, so we have.
And he's broken.
They're a married couple. I
Regardless,
mean,
are you guys okay with this?
As a fellow man of research, I'd like to perhaps be included on your research.
I would suggest somehow I cannot. If I tell you no, I know that you will take some lightly and play around with it on your own. So what I will say is that it's something that I don't fully understand, and I know that it would be very dangerous specifically to you. So I would recommend that you don't deal with
How
it
do
more.
we know what it is if we don't know what it is? Can we give it to him if we don't know what it is?
I told you it's a green rock, or maybe I didn't. A rare mineral. It's
it's
a
a
green
rare-
rock. Yes.
The color is news to us.
Sorry, yes, a green rock. I
Do
didn't
I
mean
know
to.
of anything like that?
I should. I like rocks.
That's
Do you
literally one
really?
of her experiences.
I'll say separate
Knowledge.
rolls.
Sick.
Give me knowledge.
I'm not good at these.
I got a +1.
I forgot you're like.
Why is
I
your
like
knowledge
rocks.
not your highest stat?
Instinct.
But your main stat's
That's
a
a crit.
knowledge.
I crit.
You crit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got.
Although I feel like it makes sense because you spied on me and
18.
heard
Oh,
it.
yeah, I know.
So like,
Yeah. I have my suspicions, but I want to confirm it.
Okay.
21 with fear.
So I gain a fear.
Mom.
So I gain a hope and clear stress, right?
Yes.
Can I get a croissant?
I love that.
Jimmy's mom.
So much.
Jimmy's mom. Jimmy's mom. Why are you trying to hand me $1? You know why? No, I don't.
Yes,
So I know what to do.
Anyway.
we haven't even gotten to halftime, guys. With a crit and a 21. 21. I'll say you would have like heard it in rumors, you know, of your various rock research.
Rock class.
Yeah, if you go to
I
rock
lived
club,
in the mountains. I know rocks.
yeah,
I also
your
lived in the
gathering of people who enjoy rocks, various folklore and stuff has been talked about a interesting green mineral. I think I think I'll give a name.
I think they
of
did
the
pretty good on the roll,
Yeah.
to be honest with you.
of the veins of Sochos, is what they're called. Folklore has been talked between people about the veins of Sochos being some, magical mineral of some sort.
How do you spell Sochos?
Soshos.
SOSH.
I somehow wrote that with a C.
So yeah,
I
you
also
also
put a
would
C
have
in there.
heard of that.
I'll just give you a wink and be like, got it.
And
Yes.
I'll say you would have even maybe like seen one in passing, but not have known exactly what it is, so you had no value to it whatsoever. But yeah, you say like a distinct greenish, mineral, and this one pops right into your head of, oh yeah, this is past and
You like
maybe
rats.
a dealing before, but you didn't know exactly what it was.
Okay.
So
And I'll lock that away.
And frankly, I don't see you all gaining any benefit from it other than monetary value, which I am happy to give up front. So,
All right.
So-
hand
Well,
it
if you
over.
would like to invest in my healing
well,
plan.
not up front, sorry.
Luigi again outside is like,
If you're charging money,
my adversary, Luigi. Little Luigi.
it's like the snail.
Luigi.
It's like the snail that never catches up to you.
And if it does, you die.
And it's just like a little.
It's a,
Okay,
it's a snail with some chlorine just to kill all the fungicide.
so Mort wants bodies.
Mhm.
I don't know what you want.
I'm laying them to rest, okay?
Not-
It's nothing weird, I swear.
Not to step on those that get already walked all over.
I can agree with
I
that.
very
can't give you that.
altruistic.
I was gonna
alright.
say I don't know.
Right.
You want rock?
Yes, some, the green translucent fancy rock.
Yeah. I just put green rock so that way he doesn't know what it is. Cause I got you. I got you.
All right. Very good. I don't know how to react to that.
And I want pelt.
And you want warm items.
Explosives too.
Explosive.
You find something very.
I'm happy to give you more
Wow.
explosives as long as they don't send me flying again.
Sure.
I can't promise you anything.
All right. Fine.
Explosive pelts.
Well then.
Explosive pelts. What the
I don't know what kind of
ideas. I have my ideas.
squirrels you're hunting and skinning, but none of them explode.
That's the magic.
There
of
is
it.
the brambleback rabbit, although it's not a squirrel. But
All it does is just
That's
shits
the-
a lot.
That's the magic of it.
well, I guess it is shit in a way, yes.
I mean, isn't that why they call it it explodes? Because it just
Well, it's more of a steam of some kind, but it's kind of explosion.
it does
but
come out of
yeah.
its ass. Though.
Yes, well, the ass area, yes.
Okay.
You
So-
just made lore.
I'm hearing the train whistle, but it's coming out.
I just have castle crashes going across my mind.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
Okay. So the 4 golden rules: no killing each other. If no decision made, abide by decision maker.
We don't know what
No
that means
steppy.
yet.
No steppy on the little people.
Yep.
And 4th, should we just make it canon and be like, no steely snacks?
Yeah, no steely snacks.
No steely snacks.
No stealing my snacks.
This is a legitimate. This is a legitimate.
Can I
rule.
veto
This is
that
serious
last one?
lore, guys.
No, you're outnumbered.
3 to
3 to 1.
3 to 1.
I don't do numbers great, but that ain't how math works.
3, 1, 2, 3, 1. 3.
4
to
comes
1.
after 3.
I know, but it's 3 to 1. What's the point?
I know odds.
Okay, this isn't odds.
I think
There are 3 yeses and 1 no.
I think we figured out why Kai is so bad at gambling. He's bad with numbers.
That's why he has to cheat canonically.
I just don't
I know
how
which
the
cards
numbers
are
add up.
good, so I keep those up my sleeve.
We don't know why he's so bad at rollies.
Oh, God.
Is there any other dirty
Ooh,
laundry
what about
we
the
need
fourth
to
rule could
air?
be respect the personal rules set. The personal
Wait.
rules being Mort gets bodies, Alba gets pulp and explosions. You'll get green rock.
I find this wording a little bit disingenuous.
Why don't we just add more
Is it
rules?
false?
Yes.
We'll just add more rules to the
Do
contract.
not
Sure.
get bodies?
I'm laying them to rest. It's not like I'm acquiring.
He
them.
wants
He's
dead
doing
bodies.
a little more, I think, but
He wants dead bodies.
this is why I said there's an asterisk on that. We need to see what the process is, and then
It's really quite peaceful and nice.
that remains to be seen.
I was trained by the church,
It just remains to be
And
seen.
what
I'm
church is
afraid.
that?
the Church of Faywim.
We went there. Technically, he did.
Do I?
Yes, I don't think you came with me, but
We saw
Do
it.
I
Yeah,
know
you had split off separately.
what
yes, my
Phaelum
holy symbol. I'm going to pull my
represents?
sash up. You see,
Death.
it's right here. Well, it's a little knocked over, but it's right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, do I know it's...
So, do you just say Faywim?
Tefin Faywim.
Yeah.
Faywim Tefin.
Teffy and Faywim, yeah.
Faywim.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in your various dealings, you guys would have a general knowledge of the gods of the area. So Teffy Faywin, I feel like you would have heard of, is not one of the big original 6. Teffin is one of the children. So yeah, an acceptable
Their
god.
domain is like death.
Yeah, their domain I think is death and
Okay. Mental note that he's weird.
Rude. Mental
I don't
rude.
say that out loud.
I don't say that out loud. Except
Oh, I almost did it. I almost laughed.
nice.
Oh.
Actual note. Weird.
I couldn't just write it on my mind. Yes.
Imprints a little bit like
Squish.
squish.
All right. And what are we doing about this? Dice?
I think his rule of just we each get our own like little face of it, I think is probably the easiest, most concise,
It is
and
easiest.
still allows some tomfoolery.
I'm taking
I
one
think-
of mine as a wild card.
Well, yeah, I think one of yours or one of anybody's could just be random bullshit. So we have like the normal die, and then we have the bullshit die. So if we hit a 12 or with a specific face, then we go to the bullshit die, the random die, and that's when, you know, for the cross section we need to choose, and we hit that, and then we roll that one, and then it's, you know, what were you saying earlier?
If
Bunga.
we roll...
Bunga, yes.
No,
We do
we ain't
bunga.
saying bunga.
We're saying bunga.
No, we're not.
We just scream bunga and see what happens.
No, we're not doing
Listen
that.
here, viewers, bunga.
We're not doing that.
It's a thing.
I have the power of cutting it out.
Then this Marcel
So
does this
don't
one.
we all? Yes, it depends on who's editing the episode. right?
Well, what if I just don't give you the footage?
Yeah, I know where you live.
I think that... What? No, you
I think
don't.
these pet beings might be of greater power than ourselves.
You feel the eyes of
The
a
Spaceballs.
fifth being staring
When is it
in.
being filmed? Now, sir, it's being filmed right
now.
now.
I love Spaceballs.
Now.
But wait, when was then?
Wait, let me check
Then
the
was
script.
then.
Let me check
Now
the
we're
script.
here and now. What?
I forgot about that.
Wait, you're not supposed to be saying that right now.
This is
Pulls
all
up the
scripted.
script.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. This
So
is.
good at remembering lines.
Well, when are we planning to leave tomorrow?
Are we sleeping?
Yes, I'm not walking in the night. It's a fool's errand.
Yes, I would like some time to nurture my colony. Gonna like open up my jacket a little bit. There's just a couple little like sprouting types of fungus.
Is that normal?
I'll say,
I like
Trying to
the
The
think of your
game's all
knowledge of-
here.
Trying to
Just
think of
made
your
a
knowledge
dealer.
of fungal.
That's
Also
your
make
babies.
knowledge.
Sure.
In a way, yes.
That's
Oh,
a crit.
that's a crit.
Wow!
I'm crazy.
Why are you critting on
You
these,
didn't take
these
a
really
picture of
silly
it.
rolls?
I did 2 11s earlier, and then I did 2
Yeah, you
4s.
didn't take the picture though.
I don't know what phone it is.
I know.
I have mine literally.
Our crit chat is gonna
Yeah.
look
Put it back.
crazy if
Yeah.
we keep going.
It's gonna be great. That's why it's there. It's just pictures of crits.
Yay.
Oh, please.
And then
Yeah.
we can do. I don't know if we want to.
So-
No, we won't do that one. It's too far in the past.
Yeah, I mean, so, also you.
How do they work? Tell me the inner workings of the fungal, Anna.
I thought you
I
had
mean-
an animal thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you-
actually,
you
I
have your
roll
books.
zoology enthusiast.
Is
so
he not
Yeah.
part of the zoonology?
I think so. We're all really animals at the end of the day.
Yeah, there's various like if you found a plant book, like fungal, I'm sure follows there are some similarities between the average
Yeah.
mushroom and a fungal. So, I mean, it's not out of the realm of weird for a fungal to be tending to some other mushrooms or things like that. He just happens to carry them along.
Are
with
those
them.
ones a lot like talking and moving like you are? Or are they just?
I like the idea of
Oh,
being
okay.
He has kids with him.
That's what I was thinking. I thought he just had a bunch of children.
He is a,
in his coat.
he is
Listen, I
a
can
very
speak to
active
them
parent.
still, but they don't really talk to other people.
Just a bunch, just 12 speckles.
Just a little guy.
I like.
No, I said
I want to die.
Oh.
I like the idea of like 3 of them being like, "Can we stop? I have to potty." Are we there yet?
All of us have so many pets.
You won't keep
so many
buying
voices in
more
my
time.
head.
I'm the
Yeah, those
only
are all in
one
your
who
head.
doesn't.
'Cause they're
I'm the
all
only
they're
one who
all
can hear all of
stationary
them.
there, like looking. You guys are looking in. They're in his head. Like, that's what you're saying.
I want to go potty.
Wait, so
I
also,
can
is he
imagine
talking
being so
out loud?
stressed. No wonder you have so
When
much
you
stress.
talk,
Hmm?
are you talking out loud?
Yeah.
Dude,
Okay. Yes.
nothing's moving, but you can hear it.
Yes.
Where does the sound come from?
Yes.
If I remember, I read it's a resonance of the mycelium network within him. It kind of vibrating these
So,
long
yeah,
strands.
his whole
there
body
are
is...
some fungal that do have, mouths and slots where their
That
eyes
counts.
would be.
That counts.
Yeah, but some just don't.
Put one in the jar. That counts.
There's upstairs in my pores.
Well,
I owe you.
okay. Put an IOU.
I see plenty of dice right there, Mai. I see some nice
There's
dice
a
right in that
there.
tray.
I don't think IOUs
we
work
can't,
here.
we can't do
You gotta sign
IOUs.
it.
You gotta put.
You gotta sign your name.
You gotta put a die in there.
I'm gonna slide this. I owe you.
I see a nice shiny red one. I don't know.
No,
if
this
we-
one has been in timeout for 7 years and is finally doing its purpose.
What about that nice green one right there?
I only had these ones.
Or that one? Right
There's a
there.
whole pile of other green ones.
I
You-
see.
You will never get my shiny green ones. You will get the purple ones and you will like it.
I think
I think you should put one of those in.
At some
I'll
point.
give you a replacement. From my
No,
bag
she has
of-
to get her own dice.
No. I think she should give up her own dice, and then I will replace her die because
She
I'm
can
a
get one
kind
from
friend.
upstairs.
I think IOUs are good.
I'm trying to
I
agree.
think IOUs are good to
that what
replace
I-
later. We can
Fine.
tell our handwriting.
Yeah. It's fine. I'll remember this.
It will
This is
accumulate.
my first pair of dice. You can't have it.
You should
Fair,
have prepared.
fair.
I am prepared as upstairs.
What can I say? We're the evil party for a reason.
Now pay for your health insurance.
I was told to read my co-guys.
We didn't agree on that rule, right?
Listen,
Yet.
you don't have to agree.
Yeah, I saw that.
As I
coming.
said, as part of the party, I will do my best to keep you alive.
Um,
It's
Until
simply-
we
it's-
can't pay you anymore.
It's a policy for outside people, for the most part.
He's got a payment plan.
I don't believe you.
Interest rate of like 50%.
I see.
Anyways, so are we gonna just kind of hope? Haha.
What do you mean? Just kind of hope.
I, for one, am
That
filled
we're
with
gonna-
fear.
That we wake up and everything's gonna be all right.
I mean, well, what would you rather do? Fight against the dying of the light, or something like what is the poem?
Why are you quoting shit at me?
Don't go gently into that good night.
That sounds stupid.
Something like that.
That hurts my soul to say because I love that movie. But
Okay. Anyways, I don't. What can we do other than hope or fear?
we
There
can
you go.
sleep.
We win. Daggerheart.
Woo! And we go.
What can you do other than hope or fear? Like,
By Marcel.
2025. Yeah.
I'm
Alright.
seriously. I mean, we don't. You were
We must
saying
sleep eventually.
You asked, and you asked what caused this in your temple, and it gave you a voice within. It was probably that egg. The information you're giving me is what I think it is. The egg is what is causing us to revive or
That's what it seems
do
like.
the Groundhog's Day show.
You know, that epic bard tale.
Yes.
Groundhog's Day.
They
Never
remastered it recently into a puppet show. It was good. It was good. I
Yes,
saw
I
it.
believe there's a touring group of them that go around right as the spring starts, you know? It's a great time here.
That sounds dumb.
That was, yes.
Something about a
Great on.
punk.
They were
Guy just
posting
eats the
posters for that everywhere.
Eats food. He hates the theater.
I mean,
But it's very picky.
I think even more reason to potentially steal the egg in the future. Clearly, it wants something from us, or it wouldn't have gone out of its way to bring us back from the brink of death.
Well, we'll figure it out in the morning, I guess.
And I decide about the decision maker. 1 through 3 is Mort, 4 through 6 is Kai, 7 through 9 is Søren, and 10 to 12 is me.
Yes, now if you want one of your symbols to mean something more specific, then I think we should feel free to do that.
Sure.
What'd you say my number was?
4 through 6.
Alright, well, 5 is gonna be we gotta play a game of devolving dice.
There we go.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Fair
Winner chooses.
8 will be Scald chooses, and 9 will be Yarn chooses, and I'll be 7.
enough. Hey!
That is quite delightful. Would you like me to help convey that message?
Let's not burden ourselves for now. We'll figure that out when the
He's a
time
clever
comes.
boy.
You
I'm
don't
sure
want
he
those-
knows.
Wow, impressive skull.
Looks over at a rat.
You don't want those brain
Hey,
cells
wait
to
a
collide
minute.
too much. Or
It's
some
gonna
wacking's gonna happen.
It's gonna form a bomb. It thinks you are.
Oh my god, a thought!
Again, we zoom out to the continent and you see.
Crazy.
Alright.
7.
Bartender, another
Yeah.
3 drinks.
Sure thing.
And then take off the steak when my eyes finally have,
Receded a little bit.
probably a little more less poofed. I'm just like,
Just imagine you peel it off.
Like,
Yeah.
well, might as well not
Gross.
let this go to waste.
Oh my god.
You
starts cooking it.
I think
She comes back. Was it me
Scarn
or
runs
oh,
up to you as it's sizzling and is just
That
looking
works
up at
too.
you.
Don't worry, buddy. I'll give you some.
Mead or
All 3, me.
all right. Turns flip.
I was wondering
Come
who the
back.
3 they were for. That makes sense.
Me.
Yep.
Comes back. Plops 3 more
I
containers
just
of
start
mead.
chugging.
All right. Start chugging it down.
Do you have any almonds or peanuts?
Yeah, we should have some of those.
Something to munch on.
Yeah, no problem. She turns around. See, there's a little like bowl back there. She
Oh,
comes in.
lovely.
She's like, I bet those should be out anyway, and she puts them around.
I just take I collect 2 of them together and just start shoveling
Snacks.
them in.
Anything else? Another round.
No.
All
Doing
right,
quite well.
I'll be around. She goes back.
Wonderful. Well, it's getting late.
You down 3 meads. I'll say make
Yeah.
a. How do we want to do this?
I'm wanting
Is there
this
like
to
a
get me
poison
drunk.
condition in this game? If you're really drunk, do you become vulnerable?
I really
Ooh,
want
a
to be
poisoned
drunk.
condition, but
You want to poison yourself?
Yeah, that's
A little.
I don't know if there's a.
I can help you with that. Would you like to try this mushroom?
Yeah,
do
we
that.
can get you poisoned real easy.
No, I want to be hungover.
There is
Why?
condition.
That'll
be
make
alive.
walking in the sun tomorrow all the better when we're
He's
hiking
gonna be
miles.
so much. He's gonna be in such a better mood. That's gonna be the crazy part. He's gonna be like, oh gosh,
You're
and
gonna
my
reach
head
like
hurts.
the good level.
This sausage is so good. He's a person.
The conditions are hidden, restrained, and vulnerable. And that's all Daggerheart has.
Well, we got
So-
poison today, I guess.
I feel like you could just mark
You could
stress for the
just-
amount of drinks you have, maybe, or something like that too.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta stop drinking.
I don't know. That seems actually a little counterintuitive. I don't know.
I'll say if you fail this
Drinks
roll, you
clear
gain the
stress.
vulnerable condition.
Okay.
So
Clear
I'll
stress,
say
but put you at a
a
disadvantage.
DC. So you would have had 3. How about we do it like this? So I think it's like in 5s. So
That would be-
15 is about normal. So I'll say 15 plus 1 for each drink. So 17. Wait, no.
Yeah, it doesn't
18.
matter.
I thought it'd
18.
been kind
It
of
doesn't
funny
matter what
for
I
each
add to
3
that.
drinks.
You're drunk?
If you drink 3 drinks,
Sick.
you lessen the stress, but then your like knowledge goes down, like temporarily.
We can make
negative
some
one.
drunk
Can get
condition.
much lower.
So you guys slowly, not even slowly, if you're downing them, you see
Yeah.
him as you're talking, just downing
Third
his
one I'll
drinks.
sip.
Third one you
You
start
might wanna pace
sipping.
yourself there, friend.
You see him
No.
slowly slipping into
All
a
right.
drunken state.
And what was the ale that she originally presented to us called?
That was Mountainside. Technically, the actual term, and I looked up the translation,
Cyanide.
is
Oh, yes, that's.
oh god,
Regicide. Suicide.
Fial Hlid
This
is what
brew
it's
is killing
technically called.
mountains.
Fial Hlid is what it's technically called.
Feel.
If you spell it, it
That's the term that you guys would know.
place to
I forgot my.
It's Mountainside to everyone else.
I forgot my book upstairs to write my
Oh,
notes,
no.
so it's, I don't have notes for now. It's fine.
All right. So
I'm going to
slip into the
bed.
drunken state.
I just kind of trudge my way upstairs.
Imagining drunk goat.
Mhm.
Spook him, he just freezes.
Oh my god.
Anything else you all would like to do before you head to bed?
I just want to tear off a nice little piece of the steak, throw it to my buddy, throw it to my other buddy, and then
They start
I'm just,
fighting
and
over
then you just see me kind of waddle away, nibbling on it.
Nibbling on a
Bedtime.
little steak.
This is my night snake. Bye.
Amazing.
All right. So, you all head to bed. Is there anything else that you would like to do, Mort, as before you head to sleep? I see you looking at something very
yes.
intently.
So I want to make sure I can clear all of my stats tonight. I don't know how many downtime activities we get.
Yes. So if you are doing a long rest, let's get that up real quick. I believe you get to do 2 items. Oh no, I just minimized my page. We'll get there. So, you downtime, you get 2 items in the list they have here. So, I swear next time I'll have my book.
Ooh, where's the GM screen?
Yeah,
The
it's
Daggerheart
upstairs.
one has all the rules on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
that's
upstairs
true.
though.
That's alright. We're doing fine. Downtime.
You guys keep saying this upstairs.
There we go.
We're in
Here we go. Downtime.
We're in
a non-disclosed area.
through. I mean, we're going downstairs.
So you can you have downtime moves that you can make 2 of. In a long rest. So there's a separate page for a long rest. Long rest is when characters relax for a few hours, take some sleep, that sort of thing. Each player can swap any domain cards in their loadout for cards in their vault. That'll be for when you guys get higher level. And then you can choose 2 of the following moves, or choose the same move twice. You can tend to all your wounds, patch yourself up, and clear all your hit points. You can also do this to an ally. You can clear all stress and just, describe how you blow off some steam, pull yourself together, and clear all your stress. You can repair your armor and describe how you spend time patching your armor and clear all those slots. And you can do this to an ally as well. Or you can prepare, and you describe how you prepare for the next day's adventure, and then you gain a hope as well. And if you prepare with 1 or more members of your party, you each gain 2 hope instead. Or you can work on a project and establish, something that you want to be working on and work towards, and we can, add some time towards a specific project that you decide to work on. So you can choose 2 of those.
Do you want me to go and help you clear your armor while I also clear your armor? thereby preparing ourselves for the next day?
I don't know if that's how that works.
So you clear your armor and then prepare as a separate thing.
Yes.
I was gonna say because we're allowed 2 of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you pick 2.
So my 2 would be clear my armor and his armor.
Why would you pick his armor?
Well, I was trying to be nice.
I think we should prepare together. I think that's
Yeah. So it's you clear your armor, he clears his armor, and then you prepare.
we both
Let's
prepare
prepare.
together.
And
So
that's a
we're
different
just
thing.
we're just chit chatting. We're crocheting. We're
Yeah,
So,
no, I agree
Does
with
anyone
this.
else
Yeah.
want to prepare as well, or do a
I-
separate prepare?
Just want to repair my armor and clear my hit points.
Okay.
Yeah.
so you can do
How
that.
is anyone else stressed?
I have 2 stress.
Okay,
I'm not
so
stressed at all.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my Clarity of Nature ability once per long rest. While we're kind of sitting around, I'm gonna we're kind of sitting there drinking. You're finishing your drinks. I'm gonna kind of like, as I'm tending to my colony a bit, I'm gonna kind of pluck a couple mushrooms and place them on the table. The kind of fungus spreads a little. I'm like,
What's going on?
these spores should help you relax. You should eat one of these.
Could I put it in a shot with this key?
Yes,
oh,
that'd work.
you're allowed to mix it with alcohol.
Yes, of course.
That's a good medication.
Mountainside.
Yes, it should go very well with the mountains.
Yeah, that
Well,
works.
it's on
On
Earthy
top like an
flavors.
iceberg. I'm gonna
Tell the Titanic.
Oh.
and I'll go ahead and drink that, I guess.
Yeah, so
And
you can go ahead and
fairly
reduce 2 stress, and I will use the last one on myself.
Amazing.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
It's like the perfect.
So that's just your ability before you go for the long
Yeah,
rest?
I can do it once
Okay.
per long rest. It takes a couple minutes, but
Oh, cool.
We're chilling.
All right.
We're chilling.
not a.
Oh,
in
but that's not
combat.
one of the like moves. That's just something else you can do during that time, right?
Yes,
Sick.
I mean, it's a druid thing.
Yeah.
This was me before we started the long rest. but
Cool.
It's all
Very
part of
cool.
the same
Yeah.
That's awesome.
narrative vibe, right?
yeah.
yeah. And then, yeah. Could you show me how to better stitch this leather together?
Yeah, sure.
You guys
My
are hanging.
grandma showed me how.
Yeah, you just do that little stitch on there right there.
Actually, that's a better idea because my fingers are dead. My bugs know how.
Yeah, the
My little buggies.
Fly over.
I can't pinch. With my dead cold fingers. Like, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
they go all grandma on your stitching and all that stuff. The two of them passing a needle through one side and the other one picks it up in the other and sends it back over.
This is also how I button buttons.
Very
Oh
curious.
my god. Also, y'all can't hear this, but she is purring. She's having a great time over here.
The male cat chilling with you? Hell yeah.
Yeah, kind of it flies its way up the stairs as you are headed to bed and just kind of like.
It has wings?
Yes, the male
It's the
cats
male
have the
cat, yes.
furry
Oh.
wings,
Oh,
and that's how they.
I'm gonna let it in the room.
Yeah, it just
Maybe it's part of your
flies over
syndicate
and
thing.
curls up.
Anyway, so it's just the two of us
So
preparing
you two
together?
are preparing and doing your own armor?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, how do you guys prepare together? As I guess you guys go off to bed or if you can be chilling.
I'm just chilling with Scarn, but yeah, I pull out probably a kid and I begin meticulously trying to weave my armor and repair the places where I was shot, specifically in the leg, tending to that wound. I'd probably take some mountainside and dunk it in there just to clean out the bacteria and all that.
It's fair.
I really like the idea because, you know, you're fungus. You take your little, like, honey and you, like, put it on your face.
Face mask.
And then I also get a little bit of stuff and I'm like, oh, is this good for me too? Yes! Girl time.
Oh,
I did.
Oh no!
I just clapped.
I did not clap.
I did. I
It made me.
just clapped.
It made me scare Lily, but
More dice for the dice jar.
boy. This is
yeah.
Starting
gonna
off strong.
suck.
Woo!
Dice for the dice
oh,
gods.
no.
I don't have
dice for
anything
the
to
dice
quiet it,
throne.
but
I'm gonna do.
it's gonna be loud.
I'm gonna do a D4 from the 20-sided tavern.
Nice.
The show in New York. So there you go, everyone. D4 from 20-sided tavern.
I'll fix it in post.
Wow. Awesome.
Woo, it's already
He's
growing.
just a
Oh,
boy.
We're
all
up to
so
3
bad.
already. That's
I know.
Uh-oh.
It's so much more than you would
You guys
ever
might
think.
get this jar sooner than later.
Nice job.
Yes.
It totally doesn't say garlic underneath of the clapping.
You put some garlic in there too, and it just might not be as nice.
We're not. That would be disgusting.
No, we keep the vampires
Garlic
away from
dice?
them. Garlic dice. Have you
We'll
ever
pickle-
wanted
we'll
scented
pickle the
dice?
We'll pickle the dice.
Ooh.
Yeah, all the colors mixed.
Yeah, so you guys are doing your
So I saw you casting a lot of spells the other day. How does your magic work?
Fingers?
Mm-hmm.
I basically have 10 magic wands.
Oh,
They're very dead.
interesting.
I also apparently have a great staff, which would have been really cool to use last time. But I do have tiny
I'm just
pockets
imagining this
here
massive staff on your back suddenly exudes itself.
It's like 12 feet tall.
to go along with his many, his cabinet of many little drawers. I have many little pockets with like, here's sleep. I usually take a nice little pinch of this for at nighttime.
Interesting. I usually
Can't
use...
sleep on yourself to go to bed.
Sleep. In world melatonin.
Yeah, really though.
It's a little melatonin, some chamomile, a little bit of magnesium.
Well, you see, most of my magic works through the kind of order of nature. I speak to the nature and it works with me, right? But, there's this natural formation that's seen all over the place, the spiral. I think perhaps we should try practicing a move where we both shoot off abilities that spiral together.
No.
You have natural abilities that ignites things, and I put my little fire.
This could be a good plan.
Oh no.
Glass cannon.
Yes.
Oh no.
You decided to put us together.
Yeah. Yeah. This will be cool.
Oh god.
Yeah, so it's mostly just us talking Arcana and
Yeah.
putting on our face
cool.
masks.
Being nerdy and doing some
I
skincare.
love that.
Nerdy skincare.
I need that art like tomorrow. Is the big round little skincare
A bunch of honey on
just
his
like
face.
yeah. Do you have like
Just smear it
eyes
around.
and a mouth where it would be, or do you just paste
You
it
smooth
across?
out your face to refurbish it.
Yeah,
Put it
I
on
smooth
the
it out, and then we probably carve out a little face.
Little face.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
amazing. And then just
Or
talking
I
about
like
your
the
little
idea
spells.
of you putting the face mask and then just like when you put something on like a window and then you like kind of scrub it out, so it's just like a smile of the face mask.
That's awesome.
Oh my god.
Negative space.
That's amazing. I love that.
And then there's me with like
art.
my blackened thing, so I'm just like putting like a bandage over it, just doing some wound care.
Oh my god.
Amazing. Okay, sounds good. You both get 2 hope.
To hope.
Yes, because you prepared together.
Yay,
And over
max
here,
hope.
you did your health and armor, or
Yeah, so I did my
Just-
health
yeah.
and armor, and then he gave me
Get
a
a stress
mushroom
thing.
shot that,
Yeah.
removed some... Whoa.
The wood grains are kind of starting to move a little bit.
It heals him also internally, his psyche.
Becomes a little bit more sane.
Yeah, a little bit more sane, a little bit more okay with death.
I think things will be all right.
Yes, it's good to relax every now and then.
I think I'll go gently into the good night with hope.
And over here, what are we doing?
So I'm repairing my armor. That's my first thing.
Drunkenly.
Yeah, and I tried. Kai's been in this mental state before, and he kind of like he pulls his hood back, slicks his hair back, looks to the male cat over in the corner, goes to his bag, grabs the special paper and ink that he uses, and begins writing a note. Includes a couple of coins, and puts uses his phrasing of how he normally says things, and then puts sticks on the front, and then
To whom it may
direct
concern.
and says and puts it in the city of Osran,
Okay.
and then kind of folds it, grabs like two pieces of wax for a seal, and then does a double seal, and then puts it in the cat's bag that it's got on it.
Yeah, they have little like cross satchels, is how I described it in the other one, where it's a little like mail bag that is attached to them.
Awesome.
Some of
It's
them-
a male cat, not a male cat.
Yeah, that's, I was lost for a little while.
M.A.I.L.
I was just like, why are we making
Yes.
a little
The
man?
post system
Yeah.
is run by male
What
cats
about
here.
messenger cat?
The
Messenger
courier
cat.
cat.
We got
Courier
courier
cat.
cat.
The
That,
I like
courier
that.
cat.
we do love
Courier
alliteration.
cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
So
that a lot.
I put the
Because you CC people and
oh,
this writes itself.
I
see
almost
me
clapped
then?
again.
So yes, the courier cats.
I'm
And like it's
uh-oh.
common to see like outside of businesses and stuff, like posts of like little boxes of like rooms where there are different
Oh
cats
my
snuggled
God,
in. Like
it's the
that's the
little-
male cat.
That is
like
amazing.
courier cat location. For
It's just
the
a
local.
giant cat tree.
That's all the
So this-
mailboxes are is
yeah.
cat trees.
Imagine how warm you'd be in there. So toasty.
That is
Yeah.
amazing.
So
I like the
that
idea of them having like little tiny associates and they're just kittens.
Yeah.
That is the most
Yeah.
Studio Ghibli thing I think I've ever heard of.
there are all
Like, they
these
made a
different
whole
little
movie about
things
that.
around.
What?
They made a whole movie like that.
Oh, did
Cat
they really?
Returns.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So this little male cat dropped something off at this tavern or whatever and was hanging around, a little thing of milk, and flew into the room with you. And you pack a little note in the side satchel.
Yeah, and I'll do that. I'll pet it a little bit, and then I'll let it out of the
Mills on
room.
the top. They're just like,
And then before I go to bed, I'm going to take the returning blade and kind of lean it against the door, so if the door moves, it'll fall.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the little side table that's off to the side. Usually he puts his other blade in, like either on him or like beside the bed. He takes and he sticks it into the side table, so it's just like sticking straight up. Looks at it, makes sure it won't move. And then goes and tries to go to sleep.
Okay. You all head to sleep.
I swear to God, please don't make us wake up the same day. I swear to God. Don't do it.
reroll, please. I want to do it again. One more try. I know I can perfect it this time.
So, I'll say, I'll say to continue this scene, Kai, as you drift to sleep, this bed underneath you, soft. I guess it's like soft for a tavern bed, you know. Possibly made of straw and some other things that keep it kind of soft.
Please don't tell me it's a mimic.
the cruelest of mimics. Just a bed.
As you lay in it and your eyes start to drift to sleep, you hear a scream down the hall. Another scream. And as you hear these sounds outside of your room that you're currently in. Your eyes are still asleep, though.
I think Kai's
Wake
used
up.
to being a light sleeper. Kind of comes to, looks around, looks to his left, and looks for the dagger.
You look around, and it is your childhood room. The one that you were...
I don't think it's going to be picked up on anything.
Down the hall.
down the hall.
Benjamin here has just decided to play the screaming goat sound.
Dark. And quiet except for the sounds down the hall that you
I
hear.
think I get out of
screaming.
bed slowly,
Get out of bed slowly.
make my way to the door, and kind of peek out.
And you peek out and you look, and as you feel the door, with all of the various, fire safety things we've had as kids, you feel the door, and the door itself is warm to the touch.
Is there a window in my room?
There is. Blinds are closed, though.
Okay, I go over and I pull the blinds open.
You pull the blinds open, and it is flames in front of you, completely engulfing the window, flickering around you.
I think he slowly starts to panic. And is there... So the room that he's in, what floor is he on?
So your childhood bedroom was, I guess, technically the second floor, and like down the hall a bit from like the central like longhouse sort of area of your house.
Mm-hmm.
That would have then transitioned into like your uncle and all that stuff.
Okay. I'm gonna go to my small little chest that I have that's I have on the bottom side of a drawer, and kind of press up in 4 separate locations, and it kind of pulls out. And I'm going to grab just a small little kind of cloth bag, and kind of just like clutch it to my chest and kind of like panic a little bit. I think I hold it in my hand and I run over to the door, and I throw the door open.
Throw the door open, and it opens to flames in the hallway all around you. You look down the door where you know your parents' room was, and in the open door it's just flames. It seems to be a bit clear to your right, though. A little less covered in flames.
And I just kind of I bolt down to wherever there is not flames. I keep my head low.
Keep your head low, running down this hallway. It seems to weirdly sort of extend, almost like this is, some sort of, when you're running in a dream and you can't run fast enough. You run and you push yourself, and slowly you reach the central longhouse area, where again, you see the scene that you know all too well of this giant figure, glimmering armor. The fire from the fireplace has seemed to grow exponentially, covering every other section of this house. And you see your aunt and uncle there, screaming, fighting for their lives. As you stand there, what do you do?
No! Don't!
As you scream, no, don't, you kind of pause mid-don't, as you feel your body kind of seize for a second, as you see the axe that's going to kill your uncle come down and stop right above him. And then suddenly it starts to go slowly backward. The fire pauses and slowly starts to kind of deflicker, go backwards-ish, as you see these events unfold in reverse in front of you, as your aunt stands up and the fire starts to subside. Things start going even faster. You see the fire completely subside. You see dinners of your various family members going in and out, different seasons happening, as slowly you start to see the house itself sort of deconstruct into nothing. The flat plane before the house was even there, and you wake up.
I look. Oh, can I do anything? Are you doing?
And we'll pause there.
Yep. Oh shit.
So that's the episode for you guys. And we're gonna go take a break.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I want it to be today.
I'm sure it's
again.
fine.
I don't want it to be today.
Thank you guys for watching. You guys gotta wait till next time to see if it's the same day.
Oh no.
But these guys gotta wait a couple minutes. So we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching.
Bye.